CJ, from a growth
A lot more people. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know.
Funny how that works.
from a growth perspective, from game one where you guys were in a close game till halftime, and to now, where do you feel like as a team and you have grown?
Yeah, we've grown in a multitude of areas. I think at that point we weren't really identified as who we are now, and we've grown in a lot of aspects. A lot of more experience up front now, both offensively, defensively, and special teams. So I think we've grown in a lot of places.
There's a narrative on the outside that since you guys are in the divisional round now, that they didn't expect that, so you guys are playing with house money. What's your mindset when you hear that thought process?
That's not my thought process or our teams. We're just doing our job. We don't really pay attention to what people say. It's not up to them on what goes on the field. So it's really just up to us to go out there and do our jobs. And we believe in ourselves and we trust in ourselves to win games and hopefully win this game. We have complete confidence in ourselves. So we're not really worried about what everybody else got to say.
You mentioned that you felt like y'all are playing your best football right now. Obviously, y'all are a much different team than y'all were week one. And I recall Bobby saying that he felt like you two got on the same page about after that second game. Y'all really locked together. What do you think it took to get on that same page where y'all are really clicking together, understanding each other, and playing the way y'all are playing now?
Just time, things don't happen overnight, especially in football. It takes a little time, and for us, the best teacher is experience. So just experience out there, and when the bullets are really flying, So the time and just the real in-game experiences help our relationship grow and our communication and things like that. So.
CJ, what do you think about the opportunity you have to put the Texans in the AFC championship game for the first time ever with the win this week?
Yeah, right now we're focused on going 1-0 this week. We'll figure it out after that, I'm not really focused on after that. It's all about going 1-0 and trying to do as best as we can in this game.
CJ, something you do pretty well compared to other quarterbacks is feels like you sell the fakes really well. The tosses that Bobby had you, or the fake tosses Bobby had you doing, play actions. Where does that come from? And sort of why is that important? Where some quarterbacks maybe don't sell it as much as you do.
That's how I've been coached my whole life. Really, is just the better sell you get, the easier the windows are, and the more you get for the defense to react, which is a good thing. So I don't, and then that's what they teach here, which is right up my alley when I got here. So just been getting better at that, and I feel like it has a lot of positives to it.
CJ, on Saturday, on that play that you and Nico weren't able to hook up on that long pass, when you came to the sidelines, one of the first people to greet you and talk to you was Tank. How important was it to just have Tank around on Saturday?
It was cool. Yeah, Tank is definitely somebody who we love to have around. Of course, he's still part of this team. He's definitely the most, I would say, like the most outgoing person on this team for sure. Just how he acts, his vibe, his positivity rubs off on everybody. So I love having Tank around. I'm constantly around him a lot still. So it's really just a blessing to have a guy like that to still be joyful in a moment where he's going through a lot.
Since he came back from injury like the last 7-8 games, how has it been working with Juice Scruggs, especially considering that he was out for half the season? I remember during training camp, you guys was really establishing chemistry with each other.
Yeah, Juice has been doing amazing. He's been a really pivotal part to our success lately. And I know ever since he's gotten back, he's been really happy to be playing. I know it was hard for him to be out, so I think he's done a great job up there. Him and LT holding the left side down and just communicating well and trying their best to gain a lot of trust and chemistry in a little amount of time, which I think they've done a great job of. So Juice is very talented, and I'm super excited to be working here for the next couple of years.
CJ, Warren was in town last week. He's been singing your praises. Undoubtedly, you know his history with this city. I think there are 5 black starting quarterbacks in this NFL playoffs. What can you say about that representation, and has Warren Moon had any kind of impact on you personally?
Yeah, I mean, my dad used to show me highlights of him growing up, him and Randall Cunningham, and just showed me like how much of a pure passer Warren Moon was, which I could really appreciate. So yeah, he paved a way for quarterbacks like myself and other quarterbacks, and I think he's did at a high level. Uh, for a long time, and finally people are giving him respect that he definitely deserves. So I appreciate him, and I know he reached out to me not too long ago, and it just meant a lot just because I mean he was somebody who I looked up to growing up, and I'm blessed enough to be able just to be in contact and with them and things like that.
From week one, y'all in the game against the Ravens. Where do you think you've grown the most up until this point?
I just think overall, I mean, every aspect of, I mean, just kind of just operating as an NFL player, it's different than college, especially off the field. I mean, just having more time on your hands, and just really just being a professional, and I think my coaches have done a good job helping me along with like my vets and things like that. So just growing in a lot of different places.
With the weather conditions that,
Go ahead, Pete. I was just gonna say, you talked sort of mid-season about, earlier in the season about building trust in your coaches, and sort of the offense building trust. Y'all obviously have that, improved some things now. How different or how much of a benefit is that trust factor, do you feel like, going into this game, as opposed to being a rookie and still trying, or the first game of your rookie season, still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, trust is everything. Something that Bobby talks about a lot, and we know how important it is, especially offensively, to trust the next man to do their job, so you're able to do yours, and so you can win. So I mean, like I said before, week one and now we built a lot of trust and chemistry together, and I think it's starting to show on film, and you can kind of just feel in the locker room how close we are. So it's a lot of different things that go along with trust that we've been able to build.
You said you're pretty good, making plays, make a mistake or you see something that you were able to capitalize off of. I'm not asking like, what did you see from the Ravens, but was there something that maybe stood out to you when you played them? And then going back to some of the divisional games, how were you able to kind of capitalize, whether it was against the Colts or against the Jaguars, that maybe you saw something earlier the first time you played them versus maybe the second time?
I mean, yeah, the Ravens are a great defense. I mean, definitely one of the top defenses in the league. Everything runs through really their linebackers and Kyle Hamilton. I mean, they're great players. Their corners do their job. It means sticking in coverage. Their D-line gets a good pass rush. It rushes a unit. And really, that rang true week one, and it rings true now. So we got to just be on our A game, execute at a high level, focus on the little details, and just really when the moment gets big, that's when you execute and try to do your job and try to make it as easy as possible. So in those other divisional games, playing the team twice, it's really some things that you can pick up on, but also it's been really a new season since we played those guys. So you really got to just play it true on what you see out there on the field and just try to execute at a high level.
Last two defense, Sarge. The Ravens, obviously, you mentioned they appears like they have a huge defense at times. They use a lot of set pressures to give pressure on quarterbacks. Obviously, you already played them. So how much does that help, knowing that you have some experiences with some of the things that they can do that can confuse you, and now be more equipped going into the second battle against them?
I mean, yeah, like I just said, I mean, it's a really good team. They do blitz a lot. They do have a lot of different simulated pressures, fire pressure zone. Like they have the whole nine. So seeing it week one is definitely good, and try to fix those problems that we had then, which I think we've done, and just really just play our game.
CJ, after your first regular season game against Baltimore in the locker room, you and Jonathan Bernard had a conversation. We talked about that after the game, and he just told you keep your head up. There's a lot more games to come, and if you're his quarterback, he got the utmost confidence in what the team could do. How much of that did you carry with you throughout the season and where you are right now?
Yeah, I carry that a lot. I mean, me and JG are constantly talking. He's a heck of a leader, man. He's a heck of a person, and a great player, and just that moment right there. I mean, I haven't lost a lot of games in my career, so like that definitely wasn't fun, and I was really like upset about a lot of different things, So he was really good for me in that moment, just to calm me down and just tell me like, man, it's a long year. Like we can see these dudes again, and lo and behold, we do. So like. just having like vets and people who you can lean on in those type of moments it means everything because you know that they have your back through thick and thin. So I appreciate JG and really my whole team because they're all really like that. All right, y'all.